Take a little blue now and darken a few areas. I can warm this up with a better green. Notice how this green is better against the orange because it has a little yellow in it. And I just fade it out. The green blue seems to give skin a great boost. Now this is the Canson watercolor paper, so you can put multiple layers on. Let's get a little darker down here. And it receives each layer without getting muddy. And that's what I like about it. So you can see I'm just putting in some darker paint, little yellow, little blue, and I'm keying my colors on the paper. Instead of mixing them on the palette, I'm keying them on the paper. You'll see how I threw a few colors down, and now I say, well, I think I need it to fade up a little here, so I wet it. And I take a little more of the blue, and I'm just fading the color out right up to the top there. And remember, watercolors dry differently when you leave them alone instead of always fussing with them. So I'm going to go darker in this corner here. See, just wiggling it in and leaving a few little areas so that it just pockets. Maybe use my little tilting method here. Remember, all colors can be adjusted on the paper. Instead of trying to mix the perfect color, let your colors mix. So you see that's fairly strong. Clean off my brush, key in a little bit of yellow, stroke it over, maybe even tilt the paper this way. Come around that earring. Take some water, fade it up. Just going to bring that over a little bit like that. Now, her shoulder looks a little droopy. So, what I'll do is I'll take my rag, put a little water on it, come over straight. That's the nice thing about watercolors is you can amend them very easily. I think losing it there is better like that. Maybe a little bit over like that. Let's take a look at that now. Interesting. Looks like she's quite long on this shoulder, so bring it down a bit. Ah, there we go. You just have to balance things. Both shoulders can be a different height. I can see it's a little dark too quick here. Too dark here and not dark enough here. I add a little bit of blue in there. You can use any colors you want. I'm just using the green blue to show how great it looks against skin tone. I can see I can just keep going with this. I can see I have to darken the hair a bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of this color here and I'm going to dry brush. That's pretty bold. But you know, I might just look at that. Those little accidents are hard to get. So I think I'm going to keep that. Use my rag here. Put a few sweeps in here. I did do the eyebrows a little bit. I even add a little bit into the middle of the lips. Start looking around for where I can add wisps of hair. Very interesting if you just use little bits of paint. I'm liking that shape there. Little bits of paint rather than copious amounts. Very small amounts. On the lips, just a bit. See? A little bit there. Clean off the brush. Fade the sides out. Just subtly putting on colors. Top lip, maybe just a bit. Under the eye here, a little bit of red. Oh, look at that dark. Pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty dark. Gotta have a dark somewhere. And then just gently fade it out. That's actually a little bit of the blue in the red. So I'm gonna play with it a bit. And over here, I'm gonna fade it in, clean it off, and tap it out. But I like this little section here, I probably wouldn't touch that. Needs a little bit of, just a little red in there. Yeah, that's what it needed. Paper's starting to dry, so I have to be careful I don't get too fussy with this. Oh, that's good. The hair's up here. There we go. So you can see, you just keep working on it and adding things to it. Little bits so you don't get out of control. And it starts to look pretty good. I see I still have my orange. I could use a little more on here, I think. There. Maybe a pinch here just to pick it up. I'm going to leave that and take the tape off. Taking the tape off, of course, makes it come alive. And you pull the tape away from the picture. Notice I'm holding it and pulling away. Otherwise, your tape will rip the picture. So taking it off. You know, you can't leave it on this paper too long. This is the painter's tape, which is a very low tack, but some tapes are very high tack. They've got a lot of glue in them. They're very sticky, and you can rip the paper. Okay, a simple little trick. All I'm doing is taking some of my green blue and I'm just putting a design, or what we call decorating the background. And you can use any colors you want, but decorative effects, like Matisse was the king of decoration. Mary Cassatt always put something, some pattern in the background. As it goes higher, you can just add the pure yellow. You could lay pink over this, or your favorite violet or purple. Anything you want, as long as you get a little bit of a decoration in the background. A very small amount of the crimson, just a little on the edge of the brush, just to bring up, make the chin a little rounder and make it, lose it into the bottom here a bit. There we go. One of these little things, there's probably a medical name for it. Some people have it and some people don't. It's that little thing there and here, and you'll notice my chin is getting a little bit of a shading on the bottom right there. And now that that's wet, I might even go a little darker here. This is pretty bold. Let that sit for a minute and then just tap it out. It's the shadow area for the chin. Now, if it's getting a little dark there, I'll just fade it up, right up in there like that. And just keep shading it off. Put a little shadow maybe to the left of the nose. I just keep going on this because it's so much fun. And I'll put a little bit of a red-orange right here. Ah, yeah, see? Little bold strokes here and there. Picks it up. You know, this needs a little shot of green. Right there. Picks up from here. That little green, just hint of green next to the orange. Maybe a little bit in the eyes. The eyes are mirrors. A little dark spot there. Deep crimson. Couple little spots here. Gives a little roundness, a flow.